Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the International Literacy Day is celebrated this day every year throughout the world. It is an occasion to create greater public awareness about the social ill and to mobilize public opinion in favor of the continuing struggle against illiteracy. It also serves to renew our commitment towards its eradication. It is gratifying to note the steady progress made in literacy levels in our country after independence. Literacy rate has increased by 4 times from 18% in 1951 to 74% in 2011. Despite this, our literacy rate is below the world average of 84%. The reasons are not very hard to decipher. A huge accumulated backlog of non-literate makes the task of achieving a significant rise in literacy rate harder. The time has come to put in renewed vigor and concerted efforts to improve our literacy rate. It has been envisaged that by the end of the 12th five-year plan period, we would achieve 80% literacy rates and also narrow the gender gap from 16 to 10 percentage points. Our ultimate objective should be to bring the literacy rate not only at par with the world average, but the levels attained by the leading nations. The existing gender disparity in literacy levels has to be breached by turning our attention to girl child and women. Our attempts at achieving the widespread literacy should be complemented by efforts at alleviating poverty, mitigating inequity owing to gender and social category, and improving access to schooling. We have to gear up machinery at all levels: national, state, district, block, and Gram Panchayat. The implementation structure has to be strengthened by improving government agencies as well as reputed organizations in the non-government and private sectors. With the active participation and commitment of all stakeholders, particularly literacy functionaries, I am confident that we will achieve these targets. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, several debilitating factors have hampered our progress in literacy, especially adult literacy. These have underscored the need to embark upon a tangible plan. Recognizing this imperative, the government has launched the Shakshar Bharat program on this very day 4 years ago, as it was mentioned by HRD Minister Dr. Raju. This initiative was aimed at establishing a fully literate society through improved standard of the adult education and literacy. 70 million adults in the age group of 15 years plus were the primary target for imparting functional literacy under this program. The adult education centers at the Gram Panchayat level were made responsible for teaching learning activities at the grassroots level. The National Institute of Open Schooling was entrusted to conduct learners' assessment and give certification for basic literacy and education equivalent with the formal educational system. I am told that more than 20 million learners have already been certified as literate. The success of the adult education program will depend on how well it can adapt to emerging changes. Instead of functioning as a transient agent, this mission has to take a shape of the regular and a permanent mechanism. Such machinery should be established and sustained at the level of various administrative authorities and also civil society organizations, social partners, community, private sector, and adult learners and educators organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, In our fight against illiteracy, we have to create greater public awareness and opinion about this scourge. Through meaningful advocacy, we have to create amongst those who are unable to read and write an inner urge to become literate. The success of our literacy program ultimately depends on the willingness and cooperative of the people. I call upon each and every citizen of our country to take up this challenge and contribute in making our countries free from clutches of illiteracy. With this, once again, I welcome the distinguished delegates, especially the foreign guests, and wish the deliberations all success. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind. Sri Pallam Raju, Minister of Human Resource Development, Dr. Farooq Wardah, Minister of Education, Afghanistan, Sri Jatin Prasad, Minister of State for Human Resource Development, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, Minister of State for Human Resource Development, distinguished diplomats, ministers representing the states, distinguished delegates, R. Bhattacharya, Secretary, Department of School Education and Literacy, Minister of Human Resource Development, Sri Jagmohan Singh Raju, Joint Secretary, Adult Education and Director General, National Literacy Mission, Mr. Shigeru Aogi, UNESCO representative, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor for me to be present here today for the International Literacy Day 2013. I compliment the National Literacy Mission Authority for organizing the celebrations marking this important occasion. It's indeed a proud moment for us that India has won the prestigious UNESCO King Sejong Literary Prize Award. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the National Literacy Mission authorities, state literacy missionary authorities, and all other literacy functionaries for their dedication and untiring efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, literacy is a crucial parameter of socio-economic development. Its positivity runs deep. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations, had once observed, and I quote, "Literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. It is a tool for daily life in modern society. It is a bulwark against poverty and a building block of development, an essential complement to investment in roads, dams, city, clinics, factories. Literacy is a platform for democratization and a vehicle for the promotion of culture and national identity. Literacy is finally the road to human progress and the means through which every man, woman, and child can realize his or her full potential." Unquote. Literacy is a basic human necessity. It is a cornerstone for all categories of education, including lifelong learning. It plays a key role in sustainable development, resulting in peace and harmony. I am happy that this understanding is sure to be reinforced with the International Literacy Day being observed in India this year, with a special focus on literacy, peace, and development. In our development discourse, the link between these three parameters is probably not emphasized to the extent it deserves. Most conflicts of our country, in our country and outside, has its root in the manipulation of the ignorant minds and the distortion of information. It is easy to induce illiterate or uninformed individuals and build misperception in their minds. They are susceptible to mental conditioning. The propensity for conflict is higher as they can be influenced easily. On the other hand, a literate mind contributes to process aimed at peace and development. Individual capacity to think increases through its knowledge of letters. Higher level of literacy rate leads to greater awareness. It can help people acquire new skills leading to prosperity and development. A literate society has a better quality of life, particularly life expectancy, infant mortality, learning levels, and nutritional levels of children.